Yeah, the camera's on me. Yeah, I have to do my intro. Peace and blessings to the great ones, man. Peace and greatness to a legend across the universe. I have a special guest with me. This is gonna be the first episode of Legendary Times, my podcast. So it's the first episode. I have the great, powerful, amazing, my brother. I'll let I'll let everyone learn, and I'll introduce him to you. You start off.
Hello, Christopher Von Dam here, local beekeeper and honey guy down here in South Florida, and we are just enjoying some bee vibes and bee magic down here in the backyard today, and with my friend Alex, and
Blessings, blessings,
um,
blessings.
enjoying the day, enjoying the nature, of course, enjoying the high frequency of the bees.
Let's go.
And we're here to help the community and the planet to ascend to the next level. And the bees are helping us. They're a big part of that ascension process because they're the highest frequency animal on the planet, which is actually how bees fly. I know it sounds crazy. From their frequency, not their wings. Their frequency is so high, they just start vibrating and they start levitating, and they just use their wings to steer, and then
Yeah.
they make a buzzing sound. Bzz. It makes an energetic field around them. They basically
Mm-hmm.
float from flower to flower. I call it organic quantum mechanics. It's absolutely fascinating and extraordinarily interesting, and we can all learn a lot from the bees because they're actually more advanced than humans and other species on this planet because they're higher frequency than us, and they're already in the hive mind, which means only one bee has so much intelligence, although the whole hive together of approximately 60,000 bees has more intelligence together because they operate as one organism than any of us. We were just talking about it on the table here in the backyard that, when a bee gets a little honey on its wings, what do the other bees do? They don't ask any questions. They come over and they clean the bee. They'll all team up to clean the bee off to help save that bee, and they're all beautiful brothers and sisters, and they all act as one. So that's something that we, as this surface dwelling species on this planet, are working on becoming as one. And you could say that we're already there, and it's just different ways of looking at things. So I think that's the better way, in my opinion, to look at things, that we're already one, and we can help our fellow brothers and sisters along the way through this process. And if somebody falls down, we don't ask any questions. We help pick them up and dust them off, and it makes us stronger, and then we take things to the next level together.
Right.
So we're all here to help each other. And we met at the farmers market, like, I don't know, a couple months back,
Say
and we
like
kind of,
September.
yeah, we vibed about three
Yeah.
months ago. We hit it off,
Mm-hmm.
and we realized that we're both on similar trajectories, and so we resonated.
Right.
So, uh, Alex is a good person, and
Appreciate you.
I'm grateful to know him.
Likewise.
And we help each other,
That's what it's all
and
about,
yes,
family.
yes, we're all about helping each
Let's
other on
go.
this planet. The bees are helping all of us.
Right.
So now part of our mission is to educate people on the bees, the
Mm-hmm.
frequency, the wonderful high frequency, high vibe bee products that
Mm-hmm.
they make, not only the raw organic honey, the bee pollen concentrate in the liquid form that we make, so we get 100% absorption compared to less than 10% absorption in the granule form. The propolis, which is natural antibiotics, the royal jelly, which is what the queen eats. She lives about 40, 50 times longer than all the other bees, and all their wonderful products. So they're very special. We can all learn a lot from them, and I'm very grateful, for the bees, and for my friend Alex, and
Mm-hmm.
just for the planet, and for all of us right now, and for our special missions that we're on. He's helping people to ascend through, physicality at, training. And, I just got a download recently that, the physicality is very important,
Big time.
very important, because we are, body, mind, and spirit. So those three things, I used to think that the spirit, because it never dies, is more important than the body. But it's not that case.
Hmm.
Because in my download, what I received is our goal is to focus equally on the spirit, equally on the body, and equally on the mentality and the psyche. So when all three of those things are in perfect balance, basically 33 and a third percent one, 33 and a third percent the other, 33 and a third percent the other, that's what accelerates our ascension, the raising of our frequency, are able to help others and to raise our consciousness.
Let's
So
go.
meaning when so you can't just be like, let's just say, for example, some raw, organic vegan that sits and meditates all day for like 12 hours a day and not work out, because your package is lacking something. So when you work out, it strengthens your spirit, and then you're able to take it to the next level. Likewise, even if you do 50% working out, 50%, spiritual life, whether it's meditating or hugging trees or working with bees, then we're still lacking the mental side of it. So then we actually include that in it, whether it's reading books or studying or schools or research or science or mathematics, whatever you're interested in. When we balance all three of those, then that's what accelerates our growth, um, our abilities, our ascension, our consciousness. So it's about balance. Um, and another thing that I've noticed through my observations, at least through this time, at least through this area, is a lot of people, still have some work to do. And I did, and I had to do a lot of internal self-searching, self-forgiving, um, internalizations, whether it's meditation, whether it's just asking the hard questions like, why did I do this? What was my motive when I did this? To, like, was this selfish? Was I, self-seeking? Was I, what was my motive? So in looking back, when I'm able to really take a good look at myself and make these corrections, so I don't make the same mistakes that I made in the past, this is where a lot of growth occurs. And what came to me, today, was it all started with forgiving myself. Self-forgiveness.
Powerful.
Yeah, forgiveness of myself.
Powerful.
And as we know, loving ourselves.
Yeah, I'm big
So
on that.
once we, in my opinion, once I forgave myself, and once we forgive ourselves, then that opens up the door to loving ourselves. And
Hmm.
then once we forgive ourselves, love ourselves, we're able to forgive others and forgive everybody all the time and love everybody, no matter, who they are or what we perceived as a wrong towards us. We love them unconditionally.
Hmm.
mm, because everybody's doing, in my opinion, doing the best with what they know or what they've been taught, or who they're associating with or around at that time. So, and then once we, get through this, then we're almost unlimited. So it's very exciting. It's a very exciting
It's
time,
a power, power, power,
to
power.
be here at this moment on this planet, and to, help out, with our missions, and the community, and
Hmm.
our brothers and sisters. So I'm very
Right.
grateful. Yeah,
I
I'm very,
appreciate you, man.
yeah, I'm very grateful.
Let's
Appreciate
go.
you too.
Always,
I
always.
like it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
So I have some few questions.
Sure.
That was every like that the wisdom. Like I just learned so much just from everything you just said. So I appreciate your energy, your time, and let me be here, interview you, connect with you more. It's a pleasure and honor. And I thank
It's
you.
it's my honor and my pleasure.
So I have a few questions I want to ask you personally,
Sure.
and I'm pretty sure some of my great ones and legends. That's why I call my community, because we're great ones and
I
legends.
love it. Yeah, I saw some of your videos, and you have
Yeah.
great content.
I appreciate
I
you.
love it. You're helping a lot of people.
That's what I'm here
Great
for.
vibes.
That's what I'm here
That's
for.
why we're all here to help each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I want to ask you is, what made you become a beekeeper?
Well, okay. That's two great questions. So I mean, it's two in one for me.
Okay.
It's like a two-part answer.
Mm-hmm.
So it first started with, on my mom's side of the family, they're 100% Lithuanian.
Okay.
And so her grandfather, which was my great grandfather on my mom's side, excuse me, came to this country from Lithuania approximately 125 years ago, and they settled and bought a piece of property up in the mountains of Pennsylvania,
Okay.
about 100 miles northwest of Philadelphia. And they had a farm over there, and I would spend my summers up there as a kid. And my great grandfather couldn't speak any English; he only spoke Lithuanian, and I couldn't, speak Lithuanian because I was born here. So was all the rest of my family, except for my great grandparents. And so none of us could speak Lithuanian. And although, so he would say, he was like 95, and I wasn't even 5 yet. And he basically said, "No, come on, Christopher, now you stay here." And he put the veil on, get the gloves, get the smoker going, go out to the back of the farm. He had about 30, 40 hives. And he put some smoke on the bees, took out the best apple blossom honey that I've ever had in my life. And I still have a jar of his honey in my cabinet that he harvested more than 50 years ago. And once in a while, I still take a bite. It's still good.
That's crazy.
So we tell people when they buy our products, we give them a 5,000-year warranty because they found honey in the Egyptian tombs, and it was still good. So it's one of the, if not the only food on the planet that never goes bad. So just imagine what it does to our body. Furthermore, on a contrast to that, most bee products and honey that you'll find even in these really expensive organic stores, half of it's sugar water, even if it says organic. So I tasted it, I'm like, that's not real honey. Like, what is that? They even put corn syrup in it to expand it to make more money.
That makes sense.
So
longer shelf life.
I was recently, last month, talking to a super nice Egyptian guy, and we just, because in Egypt and in many countries, honey's a really big part of their culture. And during this conversation, talking about the bees, talking about the honey with this beautiful Egyptian soul, talking about the bee products and how special they are, it occurred to me why the government does not regulate the honey and the bee products they sell in the store. Because they did some random sampling in Publix not too long ago, similarly to the olive oil situation, where they tested it, and a lot of the stuff in there was not honey. It was some other stuff, or whether it's sugar water or corn syrup, and no one was stopping them from doing it. So it occurred to me that they don't regulate it or stop it because it's bad for business, for people to be healthy because of big pharma. It's bad for business, for people to stay healthy and not get sick. Because when you eat honey in the purest form, without sugar water, definitely without corn syrup and any other chemicals or antibiotics or treatments, or even heating it, because when you heat it above a certain level, you lose all the nutrients. And there's no regulation on that. So a lot of these companies are putting the word raw on the label, but it's not. They've heated it because there's the pasteurization level is 175 degrees Fahrenheit, and then once you get above that, it's pasteurized. So because there's not strict guidelines, there's beekeepers that'll heat it up to 174 and still put the word raw on the label. Although through my own research, when you get above 100, definitely above 110 degrees Fahrenheit, you start affect the live enzymes, antibacterial properties, anti-inflammatory properties. It all gets it's slowly diminishing, and until there's no nutrients, whatsoever. So not only when you eat the honey and the rest of the bee products in their purest form, not only do you not, and you do it regularly, not just when you get sick, because we're told, oh, just do it when you get sick. No, regularly. Just incorporate it somehow into your regimen and on a regular basis. not only will you see yourself that you will not get sick as much, it also slowly unlocks part of your DNA
Mm-hmm.
and your mind
Yeah.
that you're normally not using. And guess what? They don't want that. You ever think of that?
Facts.
They don't want people that can think for themselves. They don't want people that can use part of their brain that they're normally not using. Most individuals on this planet only use 2 to 4% of your brain. This helps you to tap in, and especially beet pollen concentrate, the liquid beet pollen we make, helps you to tap into the other 96% of unused brain power.
Not
What?
to cut you off. You ever saw the movie Lucy?
Yes,
Literally the
you
same
can
thing.
relate that to this.
Yeah, that's
So when you eat these products, because the highest frequency food on the planet, because the highest frequency animal,
mm-hmm.
insect animal on the planet, it raises your frequency.
Yeah.
When you raise your frequency, not only do you not get sick anymore very often, it raises your consciousness. When you raise your consciousness by tapping into not only physically other parts of your brain and DNA, it also raises your spiritual abilities to tap into other things around you
Mm-hmm.
that most people have no idea, including but not limited to precognition, remote viewing, um, telepathy, telekinesis, and many other psionic abilities. So some of these abilities are being used by branches of not only our military, militaries all over the world. There's rooms with guys in camouflage suits sitting there with their eyes closed, meditating, remote viewing what's going on inside mountains in China, remote viewing what's going on other planets, remote viewing. And the way that it works is they'll have like a number of guys and they'll say, okay, what did you see? What did you see? What did you see? And when a number of the people saw the same thing, they'll say, okay, then that's probably most likely a thing. So that's how they do that. So anyway, there's certain classes and trainings you can find. So just like your physical body is a muscle,
Let's go. The muscles.
so is your brain.
Yep.
So
Strongest
you
muscle.
figure out ways to exercise your brain every day, not only through reading books, through certain psionic meditations and exercises that you can do to advance your skills. I highly recommend everybody researching this, figuring out how to do it in your own time when you're ready, of course, and doing something about it, because this is a time on the planet where it's the days of watching TV are over. Netflix, that's a broken business model. Self-learning, finding what you're interested in, finding your passion, doing it.
Yeah.
Finding what you're interested in on YouTube, learning as much as you can about that thing and doing it. That is the age that we're entering into.
I agree.
And the faster, even according to our friend Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, very amazing Japanese American guy.
Great book.
He said we're entering into an era. The faster we can learn, the better off we're going to be. So now is a time where we have to figure out how to learn new skills and information as fast as possible.
I felt
because things are moving fast. Like we were talking about before the video started, the solar system is moving through the photon belt in the galaxy, meaning everything's starting to vibrate much more rapidly. Brrr, meaning the Earth, Mother Gaia, this tree, me,
plants.
Alex, the plants, the bees, the ground, everything around us are starting to vibrate faster. When it vibrates faster, not only does the physicality get to a higher frequency, you get into a higher consciousness. So this 5,000 year slavery system that's been in place on this planet can no longer exist, nor can the individuals that put it here can no longer exist doing this same behavior. So that's all just going to start falling away. So now it's up to everybody to do their part, follow their passion, follow their heart, help people. You know, now is the time to start a spiritual business, like my friend Alex here, you know, helping people through his beautiful, you know, uplifting interviews and messages that he helps to raise the frequency of the people just by his uplifting vibe. He spreads his vibe out there. He is helping countless people, which I'm grateful, for people like you in my life.
I
So
appreciate you
I am grateful
likewise.
for that. Yeah. And then the second part of
Hmm.
the question, I met a girl more than 10 years ago
Hmm.
from Russia, and we hit it off. And she said, "Honey, there's no good honey in this country." Because in Russia, honey is a big part of their culture, especially in Eastern Europe. So then I remembered that my great grandfather was a beekeeper, but my grandparents didn't do it, my parents didn't do it. So it skipped 2 generations. And so I said, "Honey, let's do something about it." So, you know, then we started selling it in stores. And then we realized, well, the store wants to make most of the money. So the only way that that would help us to pay our bills is if we were in over, I did the numbers, and we'd have to be in over 200 stores. And I was realized, well, then the production would have to be like
Whoa.
through the roof, and it would take quite a while to get to that.
Yeah.
And then another beekeeper that I'm friends with, she said, "You know what? You guys should start selling it in farmers markets." And this is about 10 years ago. And I was like, okay. And we did it. And we were like, wow, I couldn't believe how much pent up demand there was for real honey because there's nothing like it. Not in this country. Maybe in Europe, maybe in some places in Asia. Eastern Europe, it's important to them. So I know they have it there. I just was out there and I met with a bunch of beekeepers in different countries, and they were showing me some of their methods, and I was teaching them about the spirituality of bees because they didn't look at it that way. So now it's time. Bees they have more consciousness. This,
Yeah.
this
They
one
are.
hive has more consciousness than any of us.
Hmm.
So it's
I agree.
they didn't look at it that way. And then we were talking about. I met with a Polish beekeeper, and then we're talking about bee sting therapy and the venom. So people pay me $150 a day to sting them with bees, which you probably think is crazy. The venom activates something normally dormant in our immune system, makes our immune system very strong.
Hmm.
Anyway, it helps to eliminate a lot of pathogens
Free
and
radicals,
yeah, all that stuff. So it
toxins.
just aids in the strength and it keeps us strong. So um, they're pretty special. They're pretty
Yeah,
special.
and I just got bit by a bee not too long ago, and
Stung.
oh,
Stung.
stung
They
by a
don't
bee.
bite. They're not going to eat you.
I meant stung.
I know. I'm messing with them.
I got stung by a bee. That's what I was trying to say. And honestly, it wasn't that bad, and it did sting a little bit, but I just felt like an adrenaline. I felt
Oh yeah, because that's the
like a
medicine. That's the
cleanse.
medicine going through your body.
Yeah, so it
So like,
wasn't.
okay, I'll give you your viewers a little example. I had a German Shepherd. She was almost 13. Nika, God rest her soul. She had tumors the size about my fist
Mhm.
around her breasts. It's cancerous. I would sting her about 30 times a day around the tumor, and it would dissolve them because the venom is stronger than the tumor or the cancer. It won't be
Mm.
approved by the FDA anytime soon because, of course, it's natural. As far as I know, I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes of the FDA. I'd like to think that there's some good things happening behind the scenes. But I guess eventually we'll get there. More will be revealed. So I
Yeah.
know that we're all going to get there on the planet,
Hmm.
and I'm hopeful it'll be soon. So
Let's go.
yeah, like let's go, let's
Let's
go. Like within the
go.
next 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, within the next 5 years, I
I
believe that
love
we're
this.
all going to see some significant changes on the
Yeah.
planet. Where 5 years from now, let's say in 2028, this planet's going to be a different planet because of people like you, me, and everybody watching this video. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited, and I'm grateful for all of you watching this
Like always.
because I know that you're all either doing your part or
Hmm.
preparing for
Hmm.
a very high level role
Right.
on this planet. So I'm very grateful for everyone.
Like I love preaching to my great ones and legends. You are powerful. You are everything.
Extraordinarily powerful.
You are so unique. There's no one that can do what you can do. Keep going. Keep climbing that ladder, family. I love just killing my community with kindness and love.
Yeah, because they're powerful. They're more
It's the
powerful than
truth.
any of them know.
It's the truth.
That's the thing. Like my friend would say that humans are like a species that somebody said, here's, or talking about the human body,
Mm.
here's the keys to a Ferrari to someone that doesn't even know how to drive.
Ooh,
So then you get in the Ferrari,
I like
you
that.
don't even know, because that's how powerful our body
Yeah.
is. You don't even know how to drive. You start driving, you think first gear is all there is. You stay in
Nah,
that,
I love that
and then
analogy.
you're like, okay, wait a minute, what? There's another gear, and
Uh-huh.
you're like, to the
Uh-huh.
next one, and then wait, there's a radio? What?
Mm-hmm.
There's headlights?
Uh-huh.
What? I love that
Luxury
analogy.
seats.
Oh
Uh-huh. I
my
love that's
gosh, there's
that's
another
deep.
gear.
That's deep.
What?
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, I love it. I
That's
love
deep.
it.
I have one more question for you.
Sure.
How do you want to be remembered?
Well, I mean, a facilitator and basically being one with the bees is part of my, it is my mission.
Mm-hmm.
And an educator of people with the bees
Mm-hmm.
and how the bees can assist them, and basically so the people can help themselves. So I'm not here to help anybody. I'm here to just help people help themselves. And I think now we're into a time and an era on the planet where it's time for all of us to just help ourselves, do the work, do whatever needs to be done, figure stuff out, and take things to the next level. And then those people
Let's
are going to
go.
help people. Those people are going to help people,
Right.
and it just spreads out. And then it gets interplanetary, and
Domino effect, I like to say.
yeah, you know it.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm so grateful that just for you and the bees and for all the viewers and listeners and watchers, whether it's live or on the replay. And I'm just really grateful for everybody. That's we're on the same trajectory. So I'm super grateful,
It,
beyond grateful.
it feels good.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to feel every day.
Yeah. You know it.
The ascension is here, family. We are
Yeah.
rising up, and we're gonna keep rising up.
You know it. The time to ascend is now. We're all ascending.
That's right.
Yes. Yep.
So this will conclude our interview. It was a pleasure, an honor. I'm just so grateful that I connect with you. I'm so grateful that the universe attracted you to my existence. And it's gonna be more great content coming on the way. So this is not just the first one. It's gonna be more on the way.
For sure. Namaste and
Likewise.
namaste
Namaste.
to everyone.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So hopefully you laugh. I know you definitely smiled and you learned something new. Appreciate you guys for just being the greatest, being yourselves, tapping into my content, tapping in to my man Christopher, and just keep being yourself. You're authentic, you are amazing, and just I love saying this. Just keep being yourself. Love you all.
So grateful.
Keep grinding, keep going,
So grateful
keep
for
evolving.
everyone here. So grateful. So grateful. There's no words.
Blessings to all. Let's keep going, family.
Love you all.
Yeah, let's go.